Welcome back to Pure Awareness Ministries, where you guaranteed to get mental elevation and spiritual education. Today we're going to talk about something very profound and something that a lot of people don't want to hear, especially those who are set in their ways. But today's topic is, if it doesn't align, leave it behind. You know, the first thing a person gonna say when it comes to leaving people behind is, especially people that they love or have a strong attachment to, you know, I've been knowing them for a long time. I owe them because they helped me once. Well, we got good chemistry, so it's only right they come with me. I mean, that's just the way they is. Maybe it'll change one day. No, maybe one day you should realize that what God has for you is for you. And the people that you place your energy around, they can corrupt that. And there's nobody out here worth seeking validation from, even though we live in a time where everybody is seeking validation in forms of fabrication. So my question to you is, why are you seeking validation from creatures? Is your creator not more powerful? So you're going to seek validation from the creature that the creator created. When you don't even care about how the Most High God view you. You don't even care about how much damage that you're doing to your own soul. And how much you are ignoring the spirit on purpose, recklessly, carelessly, and by default. And I know y'all want people to see y'all. I know y'all want people to understand y'all because y'all tired of being misunderstood. And sometimes you just want to pop out and remind people and prove to people that you still got it, that you are who you say you are, that you can still, bounce back after a hard breakup or hardship in life, period. But my thing is, if people are not buying what you are advertising, take you and your business elsewhere. Your consciousness, your mind, this world, this universe is too big to be so small-minded. Your truth about yourself is what matters, especially when you have created alignment with the divine mind. Now get this. When I speak about the divine mind, I'm talking about what involution meets evolution. Because everybody want to get involved, but for the wrong reasons. And a lot of people want to evolve without getting involved. So if you're going to involve yourself in anything, it should be positive. It should be high vibrational. It should be uplifting to you and to others. And if you want to evolve, you got to do the work. And that's the part that a lot of people want to skip. Everybody wanted to come easy. But the renewing of the mind comes with reprogramming. Involution is the divine creative word. And evolution runs through everything. So, involution is within. Evolution is the result of from within being demonstrated outwardly. You get what I'm saying? So you evolve in the flesh, but you get involved by going within and connecting truthfully, honestly, and peacefully with your spirit. Now, this ain't an easy process because it requires change. It requires you to be honest with yourself. It requires you to cut people off, leave people behind. In some cases, leave some jobs behind. Sometimes might even have to leave a house behind. However your situations and your circumstances are set up, remember two things. Whatever happens to you in your life is your fault, whether it's based around your choices, your decisions, or the way you see life. And number two, God make all things new. Let's take a look at Samuel 16:7. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. In other words, people judge by appearance. This means the role that you done signed up to play in this world stage of people being different people that they really not, but have to be based on what they signed up to be, based on whatever system that they agreed to apply to become a part of. You see how deep the rabbit hole go? But God sees your true character. See, the character that people see is a role, but the character that the Most High God see is your personality, your moon. Like, your physical outer appearance is your sun. This is the part of you that shines to everyone. But the inner you, the real you, your true personality, that's your moon. That's where your mood come from. You get what I'm saying? Pure talk. Now, if we look at John 7:5, it says, for even his own brothers did not believe in him. Once again, what God has for you is for you. The same way you spend time after time, night after night, praying for an uprise, your haters and those who don't like what you're doing will also pray for your downfall. Sometimes the people that's closest to you may not understand you or your calling, or they just may not understand who you are becoming. And you got to be crazy if you think that ain't gonna irritate them. People get comfortable in familiarity. People experience this diabolical discomfort when they no longer can predict you, or the expectations of you are no longer there, or how they predicted you to be is not the real you, especially when they out there talking to other people about you. And then when people meet you, they be like, dang, they ain't nothing like that. And that's because their perspective of you is not stronger than the truth of you. And you know that truth and they don't. And sometimes people do know the truth about you, but they try to dim your light, because the more you show your light, it shows that there is not right. And that darkness will be revealed. This can take place on your job. You know, people see your potential, but don't give you your real credit. They see the hard work you put in, but they don't want to give you no raise. They don't want to put you in a higher or better position. They want to keep you stuck. You can experience this with your friends. They see you all the time though. So that's why they don't believe in you. You know what I'm saying? They see your potential, but in their mind it's like, we can reach out and touch you. So you ain't that special. Your family, they can be the ones who don't believe in you, because they've been knowing you since you was little. So in their mind, oh, you just like us. And then in others' minds, you ain't no better than us. It could be even your lover or your soulmate, twin flame, whoever you want to call, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same. They could be worried about bills and social media and what other people gonna say about your relationships in so many ways that they can't even picture you doing something outside of them. And you can be stuck there to the whole point that you miss your blessing, your calling, and your purpose. So I say avoid chaos, repeated turmoil, and of course toxic energy. Avoid toleration, disrespect, and role conflicts. And most of all, on all levels, stay away from disagreeable spirits. People, they just disagree on purpose for no reason, because they don't like the confidence that you have, or they don't like the smile that you got, or the good energy about you, or how you just brush stuff off, or just put trust in God. Those people that seek hard to try to find a reason to upset you with your situation. Oh, I don't see how you so calm. I'd be madder than that. Well, this ain't you. And maybe that's why things keep crumbling and failing for you, and you keep experiencing tower moments. But see, when you got God at the center of your life, generator, operator, and destroyer, your third eye becomes open. No matter how much people want to go against this fact and this truth, I guess they don't like the terminology, but it's equivalent to your single-eyedness that Jesus speaks about. Thy eye shall be single. Because when you have single vision, you see everything for exactly what it is, and there's no judgment. But when you look out of these two eyes, you have double vision, which creates judgment. Now that don't mean you can't see right from wrong, or in other words, negative and positive. But it allows you to have the awareness to understand, overstand, and understand what's going on and why. So when you're able to see everything for what it is, you are able to get in a peaceful and comfortable space to yourself. Solitude, not isolation, to where you allow your higher self, the Most High, to reprogram and restore. So this is why I tell people that's in relationships, like couples, especially when I'm doing my life coaching, if things are going wrong, there's a heated argument, and you have to leave, women, it's better to be silent or remove. And I'm going to tell you why. Because with your feminine power, you can easily cause chaos and betrayal. You have the power to tear down your house or uplift it, because you are a nurturer and a healer. So if that man is right, or if you don't want to lose your marriage, just be silent. But if you had enough, you can't take no more, just remove yourself. Even though the word says if you married, you're supposed to tough this thing out unless they're out there sharing their flesh with somebody else. And I feel like if you out here getting boop, boop, boop too much, you should remove yourself too. Pure talk. Fellas, if you're going through a toxic situation, hardship in your relationship, and you torn between leaving and going, and then you finally decide that you got to go, remember something. It's better for you to live in the corner of a rooftop. The corner of a rooftop, not out of a whole house. It's better for you to live in the corner of a rooftop than in a home with a quarrelsome woman. And this is a woman that nags, complain, argue, provoke, gaslight, play the victim, got narcissistic behavior. And the reason it's better for you to find peace that way is because it'll be easy for you to become angry and disrespectful and overly aggressive. And we don't want to, destroy our feminine energy. So if you can't respect it, then you have to continuously check it. Then you have to select to neglect it. At least your energy will be protected. So yeah, brothers, make sure y'all seek peace that way. And if anything, as far as y'all toxic relationship is supposed to come back together for whatever reason, by God's grace, then so be it. It will be restored on God's time. But, you experience trying to figure out if you're dealing with confinement or alignment in almost all of your situations in life, especially in relationships and at the workplace. Because it's in those two situations where people see you as help, security, comfort, opportunity, and the biggest one is as a placement holder. So I say know thyself, which means know who you are in relation to God. We already know who we are in relationship to people. That's why most of us got common sense. But those who are chosen, or those who are awakened, are beginning to use individual sense. Now I want to take a look at 1 Corinthians 15:33. It says, do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. So when people be like, oh, I can hang with them, hey, the way they use, that's them. I mean, that may be true. But please believe when I say that negative energy leaks out onto a person. And you don't see it because you're in the flesh. You thinking you got good intentions, they got good intentions, they don't mean no harm. It's okay to be around them. But just like the saying tells people that if you hang around 4 broke people, you're going to become the 5th. Because you are what you entertain. Pure talk. So you got to be mindful. This ain't saying you got to cut people off, but you can't deal with them a certain type of way or give them too much of your time, your energy, and your money. This is one of the clearest warnings that people around you can shape our values and shape our behavior if we let them. Another scripture, Proverbs 13:20, says, walk with the wise, for a companion of fools suffer harm. Like, why you don't want to be around somebody that's smarter than you? or somebody that can teach you something. You don't want to be the smartest person in the room everywhere you go. And you don't want to be the only one that's able to teach unless that's your position. Like to teach, heal, and preach and things of that nature. That's different. But we talking about when dealing with low, as the world call them, low lives. A low life equal low vibration. And bitter ain't better. So being around the bitter, being around the miserable, you gonna either find yourself being like that, or you're gonna find yourself in the situations that they are in based on their influence on how they view things, if you're not careful and if you don't have a strong mind. 2 Corinthians 6:14, do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. Now, a lot of people get this one misconstrued because they feel like, well, if we believe in two different things, we can't be together. As long as you believe in the higher power and you striving for grace and peace and perfection and being on a high vibration, dealing with love and authenticity. I don't care if you're a Muslim and they're a Christian. Y'all will wind up at the same place because y'all souls are seeking truth. Now, if it get to the point where y'all got to battle, debate, challenge each other and all that, that's a different story. Then y'all gonna have to sit down and see where y'all stand and y'all figure out where y'all gotta go from there. But even then, y'all need to pray and keep God at the center of your relationship, especially if you are married. But it really talks about, most of all, is people sleeping with people that they're not in alignment with. Because you can be married to somebody and still not be in alignment with that person. People think because people are married and that means you have a covenant, that you are protected and you are aligned. But if that's the case, why do people still get cheated on in their marriage? Why people still gotta suffer domestic violence in their marriage? Why do people still give bare minimum in so many ways, whether we talking money, affection, love, understanding, trust, whatever, if that means that everything is in alignment? A covenant don't promise anything, marriage don't cover anything, but if anything, you have a little bit more grace and God work with you a little bit more and can help you a little bit more to restore if a reconciliation is necessary. Now, people who would compromise a believer's faith and devotion to God, that's the people that we're talking about. Because when you share values and direction, y'all can get pulled in two different ways, and that ain't what you want. Now, on the flip side of that, if you are a believer, they are a believer, but y'all got two different religions or two different whatever you want to call it. Because in today's time, boy, people follow all kind of things, you know what I'm talking about? But it's one thing for a person to try to force what they know or what they believe or what they feel like is the truth on another person. But it's another thing to introduce, especially to your lover, to help further their education. And if you got receipts, you got documents, you got things that they can visualize or listen to that can help them even on their time away from you, that can be helpful, because at that point you just planting a seed and you leaving it up to them to water it for it to grow. But even if it take time, just make sure that if it resonate with you, then seek for confirmation. But don't disregard and discredit new information all the time, because we are living in a time where a lot of people are hung up going back and forth about the truth about God, Jesus, religion, and things of that nature, because the veil has been lifted. In this Aquarius age, we are living in a time of information. And a lot of traditional teachings are getting broke down or being ignored because the real truth is coming out that has been here but has been hidden the entire time. And that's why I tell people to pray to God, get revelation on their own so they can open up their third eye and seek what we call exoteric wisdom, because you have esoteric wisdom and you have esoteric wisdom.